Welcome to the Ask and Power by Eating show. So, I have a question from Wayne Denny, a professional boxer.
Hello Chris, it's Wayne Denny again, pro boxer, Central Area champion. I'm just very interested with your program and to know what actually are macros. Thanks mate.
Nice little wink at the end there. Thanks Wayne. So Wayne's a professional boxer, and first of all it's important to know that even though Wayne being a professional boxer, that this Empowered by Eating is for everybody, and that is why we have 5 levels, which I'll go into a little bit later on. So this can be for the mum who is an office worker, and for the professional boxer depending on how far they go up with the levels, or somebody who just wants to be healthy and fit in the gym and make some more muscle, or somebody who wants to lose some weight. So it's actually for everybody. That's why it's set up in a manner of having 5 levels. The question enlightens the teacher of the level of answer needed, which is what's happened here. I know by asking the manner he asked the question was what are macros means. If I overcomplicate this answer for Wayne and for some of you guys listening, it's going to make you in essence turn off from the information and be like, what, that's just too much information. At the same time, some people who already know macros might appreciate this next kind of bit of conversation I'm going to go into now. If we think about health, fitness and wellness as a whole, whether we're talking about supplement companies or information or books or personal trainer or anybody, it's dramatically overcomplicated. So because it's dramatically overcomplicated, it makes you guys, the people who are trying to use it, become really confused and not know actually what to do, which means you have to pay money to be able to understand the information or be able to use the information for yourself. Now if you think about it, the health and fitness industry is a £60 billion industry. That's with a B. £60 billion industry. It's a lot of money, and it's strategized to make me many years ago, and you guys pay money for stupid things that's not necessary. So if I explain a bit too much here, it might become dramatically overcomplicated, and obviously I don't want to do that. I want it to be really easy for you to understand. As I explained earlier on, we've got 5 levels. Level 1 being free of charge, and obviously people think about, well, if it's free of charge, how do we as a company make money? We are a not-for-profit organisation, which is a social enterprise set up in such a way to enable big change within the health and fitness industry, because it needs big change, because it's overcomplicated and there's too much money and it's actually hurting people. So we're here, obviously you guys watched in the other side over on the whiteboard, video 1, we're using the latest science. Through many years, we put strategies together to enable people to actually have easy information for their health, fitness and wellness knowledge, rather than overcomplicating it. We've got 5 levels. Level 1 is what is important, which I'm going to get to in a second, which is about calorie balance. Now level 1 is being used by workplaces, it's being used by gyms and personal trainers. If a personal trainer, just say for a personal trainer for example, has a client who is following one of the crazy quick fix unhealthy fad diets and dramatically under eating. Now we know from the science, which obviously we said on the first video, there's a blog attached to every single one of these showing us the science that's mentioned within the video. Food equals mood. Now food equals mood, and also food equals energy to be able to train. If a personal trainer has a client and hasn't either been able to yet educate themselves in some of the stuff that we teach, or they're not even doing nutrition with the client might accidentally do some sort of juice diet or something that dramatically reduces the calories, then they're going to not be able to continue training. This goes for everybody else who's wanting to lose weight. If you take away all the calories, you can't train and you can't lose weight. Or if you're getting ready for a boxing fight like Wayne and you take away all your calories or your carbs, you can't perform. Level 1 is being used by gyms and people and personal trainers. That's free, okay? I know there's of people that will want level 3, 4 and 5. 2, 3, 4 and 5 might actually pay. It's only £10 a month, and it might take 2 to 3 months for people to learn the information. That's it. That's the catch, because people keep asking me what the catch is. So why I'm taking a long time to answer this question is so you can understand early on in this video series that some of the fundamentals behind what we do, because I don't want to overcomplicate too many things. The strategy behind the levels are enabling long-term use of our system, so to speak. what are macros? Now, first of all, it was about calorie balance for level 1. If that's not in place, and by asking that question, I know that it's not in place because you would already know what the calorie balance was. So that's free on level 1. Go and do that first. Second bit is level 2 stuff, which I'm going to tell you a bit about now, and later on I'll get exact with these numbers. But for now, macros equals carbs, fats, proteins, fiber. Okay? An easy way to explain it would be carbs. We'll put some science behind this in the blog for people that want a deeper read into this. But carbs equals energy, and we need it. We need carbs, okay? But we need the right amount of carbs. In another video later on, I'll tell you what the right amount are. But for now, understand that carbs aren't bad and we need them, okay? This goes for the boxers. Actually, it's quite more important for the boxers to have carbs because it's a performance sport. They need the energy. We need fats for hormonal balance and a lot of other stuff, but it's an easy way to think of fats equal hormonal balance, which is going to enable better mood and all the hormones that are going to help the body work properly. Protein is the other one we spoke about. Protein will help you keep muscle or make muscle. So for anybody, we want to, whether it's like I spoke in the beginning of this video, whether it's the mum who wants to lose weight, lose body fat for example, and she's working a 9-to-5 job or whatever, she still needs to keep muscle to be able to have a high metabolic rate to be able to burn more body fat. So the boxer, which is Wayne, needs to have muscle so he can then perform better. So yeah, protein helps you keep muscle or make muscle. Fiber. Fiber has so many studies attached to it and happens to be one of the biggest health markers from the majority of considerations within a diet, and obviously it keeps you regular. It means you can go to the toilet properly. So if there is a diet that you might have heard about that avoids carbs, fats, proteins or fiber, and it's not going to avoid fiber, but if it avoids one of them, so for example if it's a low carb diet, it's probably not a good idea to follow that diet. If it's avoiding fats, probably not a good idea to follow that diet. If it's avoiding protein, I don't even think there is a diet that avoids protein, but if it's excessive amounts of protein, probably not going to be a good idea to follow that diet, because all diets that work are because of calorie balance. And what I mean by that is they manipulate the person to enable them to have a lower level of calories than they need. That's pretty much it. Regardless of how much money is spent, regardless of what the plan is, regardless of who the person is telling you, it's just a strategy to enable calorie balance. So you need less calories than you need. So later on we'll talk about how much in another video, and obviously the evidence for this will be in the blog. What we've created on the website, which the first level's free, I keep telling you, is a strategy to enable calorie balance to be stuck to for a long time. So this means we're not a quick fix, we're not a fad diet, we're just a really well put together strategy to enable long-term adherence to a way of eating, rather than a silly, how can we call it, like a silly diet that people accidentally think is okay to follow, and we call them like fad diets or whatever you want to call them. The idea is that I'm going into detail on Wayne's answer because we're very early on in this video series, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that we've got very good intentions in helping you obviously empower yourself, because that's what we want you to be able to do and not need to follow or accidentally follow the wrong diet and sometimes hurt yourself. Later on we'll go into a lot more stories about clients I've helped and people we've helped along the way, the book I've written, how it helped my mom, how it helped thousands of people within the group and things like that change their life for the better. First of all, I want to say, or last of all, I want to say thanks for Wayne for the question. You can follow Wayne's boxing journey, and I'm pretty sure he's following the 5 levels, or he will be very soon, and I'm sure his boxing career will dramatically increase. I mean, he's already world class, so imagine what's going to happen when he follows up to level 5. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens there. And if there's any more questions, there's several ways you can get to us. One is on Facebook. Grab your phone, you can press the button on a message and you can send us a 1-minute video, I think, and it'd be nice to see you on the screen like Wayne earlier on. If you're not comfortable getting on the screen just yet and doing a video, you can send us a message, we'll screenshot it, that will come up on the screen, or you can do it on the Empowered by Eating Instagram or wherever you want to do it. So I hope that helped, and I look forward to the next video.